This is the Throttle Out Show, presented by Vixen Industries, the only show where monster truck drivers and mechanics come together to present what's happening in the monster truck community. It's the ultimate combination of torque, horsepower, and trash talk. And now for your hosts. First, straight out of the heart of Detroit Rock City, it's Kid Rock's neighbor and former driver of the BKT ride truck. It's Austin Spence. And the duo deep in the heart of Texas, it's the show owner and daughter of a man who conquered the industry for over 20 years. It's Harley Johnson, along with everyone's favorite Bryce Kenny lookalike, Austin Tweedy. So go ahead, fuel up, strap in, and remember, when in doubt, throttle out.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Wheels Up Wednesday, and welcome to the Throttle Out Show. We're sorry about the technical delay. Apparently, somebody doesn't know how to schedule for 8 or 7:30, like our normal time, so we're sorry that there was a little bit of confusion, but I'm Austin Spence, one of the hosts of the Throttle Out Show, joined by my co-host, always beautiful and amazing, Austin Tweedy, and his soon-to-be Harley Tweedy. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, you can blame this guy for us coming on late today.
My bad. My bad. I was just kicking back, sipping a cold DP and get a shout from Spence. Hey, did you set the stream for 7 o'clock? I'm like, no. Well, apparently you did. So let's go. Let's get down to business. Where's Cooper Man? Where's Poncho Man? There he is.
I'm here.
Nice shades, bro.
Thanks. They're not prescription.
So what he's trying to say is he can't see jack shit right now.
No, I really can't.
Fine.
You're inside, and we're in aviators, so...
I'm inside?
Anyway.
What?
What? Where am I?
Anyways, why don't we go ahead? Let's get started with this main topic of discussion. Honestly, I think right out of the gate, we just need to go for it. This is Wheels Up Wednesday. Y'all want the latest and greatest in the industry, and today there was some news released. I'm going to be completely honest with you. We on the Throttle Out Show have known about this for a little while, thanks to our former Inside Scoop, who has been dying to talk about this, and I think we should let him talk about it. Cooper, Poncho Man, I want you to talk about what was released today with Monster Jam, what's going on at the World Finals next year. Why don't you go ahead and reel us in there, baby?
Big stunt. It's happening. It hasn't happened yet at Paxton, but it's close. Apparently, they already tested. It's only been one time. They're doing the reverse forward momentum backflip, I believe. Yeah, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this plan has been sitting for, I guess, a couple years, is what was talked about. But it actually became a thing, I guess, around more than 5 months ago. Josh has been working on the new truck for a while. It's pretty good to go. It's pretty sweet. Sadly, Steve is the only one left to really practice that thing. He's got to fix it every time they break the ramp and the truck now. So good luck to him. Apparently, all they did was do one test so far, and from the footage it showed, all it was the actual the forward momentum. Yeah. And I don't think he made it. I think he wrecked, not going to lie. In the footage, it looked like he was a little short.
That's why they didn't show the full clip, because he didn't make it.
Steve said he landed it, but I don't think he did. I think Steve lied. It's pretty sweet. I know they've been, they're only there for like a whole week testing that out. And just to do the forward momentum, they haven't even tried to do the reverse. I think it'll be pretty sweet. It's interesting. I didn't see or really was in any meetings about it. Mm-hmm. All I know is that it's actually been on the table for good.
Well, I want to ask you, so that back last year, 2020, when Todd LeDuc did the crazy, backflip there at the Breaking World Records ordeal. So leading up to that, all those practice stunts that they did, not once did Todd land that stunt, right, Coop?
Correct. We did 12 attempts and 12 fails.
So where I'm going out with this is the last stunt that they attempted, there were no successful practice stunts. So I can only assume going into this, they're not going to care if they have any successful practice stunts either, or practice
attempts.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me. No, I'm sure. I actually forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry.
Well, while you forgot what you're going to say, Spence, I want to know what your thoughts are on this. You called me. You told me that this was going out. It's released to the public now. We can finally talk about it. I want to know your thoughts.
Here's the thing. I don't think there's enough gear for the reverse gear in order to perform this stunt. So I don't know how they're going to make the truck be able to get enough speed in reverse to do this.
Are we ready to get into the science? Are we ready to do this? Because I know Coop is sitting on a wealth of knowledge right now. He would love to let us in on how this potential stunt or how the potential gearing of this truck is going to work. Coop, you want to start reeling us in there, baby? Y'all want to learn some science tonight?
All right. Don't quote me. All right. Just put your notepads down. What I think is happening is that they're switching the thirds in some way. I'm trying to remember how Josh explained this to me. But with the thirds, if you have them backwards or some way with the science is science. It's all going to be backwards to where it's going to be when you're going in reverse, you're actually going in first. And when you're going in first gear, you're actually going in reverse.
Right.
Make sense?
Right. So you're not actually using a reverse gear. I don't know if we can make that make sense or not. But when you flip, so most of these trucks, I can't remember exactly how Monster Jam runs their thirds. I can't remember. Coop, do you remember if it's pinion up or pinion down off the top of your head?
Shit.
I don't think he does.
Well, I mean, it's kind of besides the point, but let's just say you get your truck set up, and I've heard of this happening by mistake when teams have built new trucks in the past. I'm not going to mention names because I'm not trying to embarrass anybody. That's not what this is about. But I've heard of teams out there that go, they build brand spanking new trucks, and they go to fire it up. They get the timing set just right, and they're ready to load it up and go in the trailer. They go put that baby in reverse, and they almost send it through the damn wall right in front of them. They have no idea what just happened. They had their pinion set wrong. Their thirds are supposed to be flipped another way. It's supposed to be flipped upside down or right side up. So how this potential stunt is going to work, from what we've been told anyways, they're going to take and flip their third members upside down. So basically when Tom goes and he puts that truck in the first gear, in reverse, he's actually going to be in like first gear or whatever. So he's not actually going in reverse, if that makes sense.
The truck will be going backwards.
It's hard
to. The truck will be going
underneath,
backwards, but he's not in reverse. He's in first gear.
Imagine backwards Bob, but with the body actually the right way.
I mean, that's kind of exactly what's going on. And what I don't understand is why are they going to use? I don't know. There's so many different, routes they could have taken this.
What?
It's like they want to use a front engine truck for all their big stunts. But I mean,
correct.
Now your engine's going to be technically in the rear, so there's that.
I guess you got me there.
I mean, Jeremy Hoffman in the comment section, he's already on it. He gets it. Just flip the body around, backwards Bob style.
No, it doesn't fit like that on that chassis.
Yeah.
Then it'll look like we put the ZF body on a company truck like they did before, and it looked like garbage.
Yeah, but something, there's probably a lot of people watching that don't really understand what you're talking about, though, the difference in bodies.
You're not wrong either. You got me there, too. Should I explain that?
Absolutely.
So, the ZF Max D chassis, Tom's chassis, was made a specific way, like he designed. I believe he designed it. And the body was made to fit the whole, so it's really snug against our cages, or I guess their cages, because I don't work there no more. So that way, like, it's actually the best body you could ever have for a rollover, because it's so tight to the cages and it fits so perfect that when he rolls it, it hardly does any damage to it because it's so tight. So that's why if you were to put it on backwards or put it on a company truck, it does not fit right at all, and it's awful. It just would not work at all. It would fly right off.
Now, Spence, to my knowledge, is that not the same way that these Gravedigger chassis are being built? I mean, they're all kind of like the same, CRD concept or whatever, but there's really nothing different about them other than the cages are a little bit narrow to fit that Gravedigger body.
I mean, to my understanding, yeah. I mean, pretty much. I was just taking a bunch of notes as Cooper was.
Yeah, I said put that notepad down.
I took notes. I got right there. Science is science. Cooper Knuckles 2021. So I'm make sure I got that as a quote.
Did I say that?
Yeah,
That's
basically everything from the main rails down is essentially the same on every single Monster Jam truck, but the cage is completely different on a Gravedigger. And from what we hear with the new Lucas Oil truck that's coming out, it's gonna have a Gravedigger-esque cab because I guess they want to get it. Basically, it's the only way to be able to get in and out through the doors. The weird thing for Tom's trucks, the really weird thing on Tom's truck that I just find kind of fascinating. Tom still likes to sit on the left side of the truck, so the only way you could get into the truck is from the right side. I'm not sure the whole logic behind that, but well, it's Tom, so I guess can't really ask for
we win.
any kind of logic.
We win.
Yes,
We win.
yes, you win.
All right, that's all that matters.
Now, I say enough talking about this. Our
No.
boy, Austin Spence, went ahead. He went the distance. Got in with the boys over at BeamNG. Did a little practice stunt. So we're about to see firsthand what the stunt is going to look like. Harley, go ahead. Roll that footage.
Oh, wow.
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 Yo, that's crazy.
Oh, so you went off the actual container as well, just to see. Okay.
Yeah, just to see how it looked. I also did a couple different camera angles, just see first person. And I'm sorry, Coop, but we don't have a ZF for front engine chassis yet. We're working on it.
I was about to
My
say, this is
understanding
why I
it's being
uninstalled
worked
the
on.
game.
Just because of, well, there's CRC. I mean, there's multiple other things. Anyway, we're working on a bunch of shit right now, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, just how in the world is Tom going to be able to know where he's going is beyond me. So
It would be a piece of cake.
yeah, I doubt that.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, that was the
Dragon?
audio that they decided to unmute at the last minute.
I guess my dogs heard it too.
Oh, but yeah, I don't know. It seems obviously it's a forward momentum, and that's the only Monster Jam track I have on my computer because I care more about independence. But anyway, I think Tom's gonna crash. I think it's gonna be a lot like the East Rutherford double backflip attempt, where he's just gonna crash and completely wad the truck up. I don't see this happening, unfortunately. I just see that. His poor crew chief is going to be working a lot of overtime just to fix something that took 30 seconds to destroy after however many weeks of prep. So,
Well, cool.
I don't see
So
it
wait,
working
is
out.
this gonna be the Monster Jam anniversary encore then? Since the other
I don't know, because there was going to be a
Gravedigger
there's going to be a Gravedigger encore too. To my understanding, there was going to be a Gravedigger encore for the 40th anniversary.
because they said there was gonna be a Monster Jam encore like for its anniversary and a Gravedigger. So is Tom
Yo, I
stunt
just
for the
realized
Monster Jam anniversary?
So
I'm assuming
that would make
that's
sense to me.
that's gonna be on racing night.
I just realized something.
What did you
That's
realize?
going to probably have the.
This,
Go
I
ahead.
believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first stunt that Tom will be doing since the other big crash.
Which
In
crash
Vegas.
are you
Which one?
talking about?
When the Max D Encore, that was the total fail.
Oh,
where-
okay.
Chuck's backflip that failed, the Neil's backflip that broke the ramp, and then Tom's just sending it and then catching it on fire.
You know what? You might be onto something there. The only other, I guess, quote unquote stunt that he did was at the Breaking World Records when he did the whole like moonwalk thing. But
Yeah, but that wasn't a stunt, really.
no.
And that was an event.
Yeah.
I mean, my question to you, Coop, I mean, does Tom just have a death wish?
No, maybe. But no. Nah, he's got it. He'll complete it. So this is how his year is gonna go. He's gonna win every event. He's
No, he's
gonna
not.
win the series champion. He's gonna
he's
win
not.
a world finals for the old time sakes.
Word.
But you stuttered a little bit there, Cooper.
Because words. And then he's gonna complete the stunt, and it'll be awesome. And maybe there'll be pyro, not on the truck, so that way he doesn't catch on fire again. That was a bad night.
It's not any worse than remember the Fire and Ice encore they had at World Finals 20, where it was just
Yeah.
a dog pile of trucks, It's like, what?
Yeah.
Complete waste. Absolute complete waste.
Hey, my team
But
won.
But there's not really a team, Cooper. I mean, there's still company
ice.
trucks.
Ice.
What?
You know who was on that ice? ZF Neil Elliott, a.k.a. could be my dad.
Well, you need to tell Neil to stop posting pictures of him wearing a bikini on social media because it's starting to get a little strange.
It's not a good look. I'm sorry, Neil. We love you, but we're gonna have to chill out on the bikini pics.
Anyway, we can still talk about Monster Jam, or is there anything else you guys want to continue on this evening about? Or we could just talk about Bakugan because we know that's a topic that Tweety loves to talk about, how much he loves that truck.
With the press of a
happened
button,
to
I
that
can end this damn show right here, right now.
Don't be rude.
Thank you, Cooper.
I think right now, so far tonight, we've got 2 quotes of the year from Cooper. That is "Science is Science" and then "Cuz words."
Because words, you know.
I got.
Yeah.
So this is what I've got. A couple things. I said ZF greatest for some reason. Just flip the body. Truck goes backwards but forwards. Tom lost his damn mind. And then I drew
say
a
that.
really shitty picture of a backwards truck going over a ramp, and I thought that was an explosion, but it looks like a piece of broccoli. So, as you can see, I didn't get straight A's in grade school, so I just drew all the
Hey,
damn time.
C's get degrees.
He's not wrong.
Absolutely. So, I kind of wanted to use a segue. So, since we're obviously some of you guys may not care about Monster Jam, so kind of segue a little bit into the independent side, I want to give a shout out to Monster Truck Throwdown for their Power Trip DVD coming out, Blu-ray. I just got this in the mail today. I'm super excited to finally sit down and watch this. Just hours of nonstop Monster Truck content from 2021, and I also got their 2022 calendar of the year. And not gonna lie, there's some pretty decent trucks in here. Honestly, it's kind of funny looking at all these pictures. It's like I've been to most of these shows this year. I have a problem. But Jeremy Hassman rocking the June. Airing out probably the oldest truck that runs the tour. So get yours at the. Are they still doing their big discount? Their big.
Today is the last day.
Last day.
Last day. Yeah, you guys need to get your butts over to monstertruckthrowdown.com and get yourself some merch before the sale ends tonight. So get yourself a Power Trip DVD.
Before that?
What's that?
You know what they need to do before that?
What's that?
Go to our shop, buy some merch, enter to win an RC.
Yo,
And then you can go to theirs.
speaking of our merch, we have got some new products out. Like some products I'm especially stoked about. Got some new designs out there for some shirts and some hoodies. Think y'all are gonna love. And then just right before we went on air, I had another design come through. Y'all are gonna love this. But you gotta be checking our website daily. And then we got a little Cyber Week, what we're calling Cyber Week sale going on. 30% all t-shirts, long sleeves, and hoodies. All y'all who support us. And then, I mean, more bang for your buck. Get more entries into the giveaway. Right now, it's $10 an entry. Unlimited amount of entries, so come on with it. Now, let's talk about something that we saw, or actually you saw on Facebook yesterday. And Harley, you can kind of reel us into that conversation.
I mean, I'll try my best. I read the long paragraph like one time. So yesterday, Kevin King put out there on social media that he was shorted a few dollars, well, more than a few dollars, on what he was owed at this small little independent show. And he put those promoters' numbers up on the internet. So people would, spam them with a bunch of calls and texts saying, hey, where's Kevin King's money? Where's the money you owe him? And apparently they won't respond to anybody. So if they're watching, please, pay Kevin King the rest of his money.
Where's the money?
We need to put that clip up from Family Guy of Stewie beating the hell out of Brian. Where's my money, man? Where's my goddamn money? But no, seriously, that is something that is, unfortunately, I don't want to say it's common, but it's something that occurs in the independent side of things that is horrible, that definitely needs to be addressed. Because I had a really good friend of mine, John Costa and Indie Monsters, actually went to that show, and it was first of all, if you're in this industry like us, like being, either you're a super fan or you religiously follow monster trucks because all other forms of motorsports or sports in general just sucks. you kind of know about any show that's going on, but whoever these guys were or whoever this promoter is did not do their job as a promoter promoting their show because there was nobody there. And I believe it was a monster and mega truck event. One of the monsters must have broke or must have packed up and left early. So you went from, I believe it was like a 4 or 5 monster truck event to 3 trucks, and one of the 2 of the megas broke. And from what John told me, people were starting to leave after wheelies, and during freestyle, there was 15 to 20 people in the stands.
Ooh.
There was nobody there. Regardless of the show's outcome, if whatever promoter you are, if you send a text message or anything to a driver or team, whoever, agreeing on paying them a set amount, that text message is technically a written agreement. You could literally screenshot that and present it to someone. It's like, well, you agreed to a set price. So regardless of how bad your show did, that's not the driver's fault. They went and did their job to put on a show for you as a promoter because you didn't do your job to promote your event to get butts in your seats. That falls on you. But that still doesn't mean you get to shorthand the drivers that went out there and busted their butts and traveled all that way to do their job.
So let's do something real quick, Spence. What we're going to do is we're going to present an argument from both sides, from both Kevin King's point and then from the promoter's point. But then we're going to take both of these topics, put them into an equation, see what comes out the other end, see who is still at fault, see what the end result is. So let's talk about the promoter, okay? Let's talk about what he sees, maybe why he did that. Let's go ahead. What could be some possible reasons that a promoter would want to stiff a driver? Coop, Spence.
You guys a crush on him?
What?
Sorry, just kind of slipped.
What? It was like if the promoter wanted to stiff the driver.
Why wouldn't the promoter pay the full amount owed to the driver?
What would be a promoter's reason in not paying a driver?
He shows up and forgets the truck.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I highly doubt you can forget a 10-foot tall truck to bring to an event. It was here a second ago.
Where?
I thought that was good. I like that one. Spence, what about you? Why would a promoter choose not to pay a driver?
Well, I wouldn't say it. They could say like, "Oh, well, you broke or you weren't able to complete your run," but regardless, I mean,
that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing.
I know, but I just seeing this
one
side.
perspective at a time.
Why would a promoter
I
not
guess
want
saying
to pay
that they did
this guy?
Yeah, I would have to argue, like from a promoter standpoint, well, you didn't perform the whole show, or you didn't, you broke a lot, or just you didn't put on that good of a performance, or you didn't show up for pit party. Just something. Promoters really like to nitpick, from what I can tell. Depending.
Oh
on who
yeah,
they are.
yeah. I mean, I've heard of promoters doing just that. I'm not going to name this promoter just because, regardless, I don't really care for them. Still haven't crossed that line just yet, so I'm not going to call them out. But I've heard of other promoters out there this year not paying their drivers out there because they missed like one element in the show. Like they made racing, but they missed wheelies or the skills contest. Made it back for freestyle, but they didn't pay them because paid them their full, guaranteed pay. The amount they agreed to because they missed an element. So that shit happens. Okay, just so y'all know, that's actually real life for a lot of guys. I know for a fact Monster Jam will work like that as well. If you go out and you only make intros or whatever, and your truck doesn't perform the rest of the show, or say you blow an engine before the show, you're not getting paid your full amount, from the promoter. That's just the way some things are. Now let's talk about from Kevin King's perspective. Okay, the guy, I'm assuming was there and was there on time. Was one of the only trucks that was out there for that show. Spence, you said there was 3 trucks left?
So John actually just put it up there.
Yeah,
so
he
it's
just
supposed to
put
be
it up there.
5 monsters, only 4 showed up. 6 megas, only 3 monsters did freestyle, and 2 megas did freestyle. They did an outside event on one of the coldest nights in the South. I mean, that's definitely on the promoter. Like, you should know, okay, this is an outdoor event.
Yeah.
Is this a good idea? Like, look at the weather, look at the climate, like what's going on around this time, because it's just a whole mess. But from looking at from Kevin King's point of view, I wish my battery was a little bit better, because I'd love to look up, like, do a little bit of math here for you guys. Like, diesel fuel in a rig that travels thousands of miles, it isn't cheap. Racing fuel is not cheap. All the fluids that goes into a truck is not cheap. I mean, there's a lot of money variables that goes into this. Now, one thing that kind of it really benefited for him, even though there wasn't that many people, he brought his ride truck, so there was somewhat of a little bit extra income to kind of help him out. But still, that's a lot of fuel, that's a lot of parts, that's a lot of other maintenance-oriented ordeals that goes into his truck. And being gypped as much as he was, like, that's a lot, in this industry. I mean, there's certain guys, like, there's people that are, like, in this industry that do this for fun. Like, they're not doing this to make a living, they're just doing this because this is a hobby, which is fine. Like, they make enough money with their day job to where they could just go out and drive a monster truck. Some of these guys, this is their way of life. And those guys that have been doing this for as long as they have, they realize that, promoters suck. They don't know how to put on a good show. And some of these guys have been doing monster trucks for as long as they have, started their own promotions with their own teams, and have been killing it. Even though it's not a big Monster Jam-esque show, they're still racking in some money. They're racking in people. Look at Jimmy Cretin. Look at Zane Ratu. I mean, look at all these guys that are capable of doing that and having some kind of a following to start their own promotion. And it's just it fathoms me seeing these people that want to go out and be like, oh, I want to put on a great show, but does not want to take care of the performers. That it just irritates me. It's like, oh, well, the crush cars costed this much, or the excavators cost this much. It's like, well, you agree to pay a driver. I'm just going to throw a number out there, anywhere between like $3,000 to $5,000. I want to say is possibly on average for an independent to get called in to do a show. If an independent's being called to do a show for $1,000, I'd tell them to kick rocks. There's no way you can make any money or even be able to put that money towards travel or broken parts or fuel, for that matter. I mean, there's just no way. So I mean, we're not sitting here trying to bash whoever this promoter is. We're not sitting here trying to like cause a bunch of drama, but this is an issue that needs to be dealt with.
Well, I will tell you who is trying to cause a bunch of drama, and I think he's right. He's right for doing it. It is Kevin King. He went out and put the promoter's name and number on social media. To me, that's saying, okay, the guy knows what Kevin knows what he's talking about, and there's a reason he's doing. There's a reason he's stirring up the drama, or we call it drama, but he's just spitting straight facts. When you go and you do that shit, I mean that makes me want to side with him in this matter. You don't just go out and do something like that, just on a whim, just because you're not being a little angry or upset the way the situation turned out, or the way the show was handled. I mean, unless something legit really did happen. So I think Kevin's in the right in this. I hate that this has happened at all. I mean, it makes me just wondering, all these guys, like you said, Spence, who are trying to get in the business. Trying to get in the business, and they're doing shows for like $2,000 or $2,500 a weekend, or they're doing shows to promoters like that, for favors because money's a little tight, or they can't afford, a full, balls out show. But going and stiffing your guys like that, though, that's not cool. That's not okay. We can't keep having that in the industry. Seeing that the show was not promoted very well, anyways, and there wasn't a lot of people there, so money wasn't made. I mean, that's not helping our industry. I mean, we're seeing now, shows and tours coming up, just out of the woodworks. It's almost, I mean, the normal now to see new tours pop up and shows be sold out. So when we're still getting these trucks going out, 3, 4 trucks, 5 trucks a show, I mean, come on. You got to have at least 6 trucks at a show to have an actual good show. And, just going out and you're not even promoting the show, you're not selling seats, that's rough. That hurts our industry.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. And it everybody suffers at the end of the day. Not only the performers, not just the fans, everybody that's involved is affected by it. And that is why we're more than willing to go out of our way to praise these guys that do these independent series. With All Star, Monster Truck Throwdown, the local guy here, David Reif with ATR Promotions. They know how to do it right, even though It could be a small podunk fairground show to a fairly big speedway show. They know at the end of the day it's about the fans and putting butts in those seats and making sure everybody has a great time. So whoever this promoter is, I don't see him lasting in this industry much longer, because if word's going to get out like this, that he's screwing drivers like this, he's not going to have anybody else to call.
Hey, right now he's getting phone calls and text messages just as he's watching the show. Now, Spence, before we get into the next segment of the show, I need to ask you one question. Do you have your list?
I have my list.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next segment of the Throttle Out Show is brought to you by thethrottleoutshow.com, where you can go and get new koozies for your cans. Keep your hands warm this winter when you're drinking your cold beverages. Go ahead, Harley. Let's roll.
It's time for everyone's favorite pronunciation sensation. Shows with Spence.
Every time I listen to it, I'm just like, you guys are off tune. You need to harmonize a little bit better. Anyway, so I don't really have that big of a list, because obviously it's December. Oh yeah, it's December 1st. Oh my gosh, the new year is fast approaching. Holy crap. Anyway, I only have 4 shows that I was able to find that we have coming up. And we have Tucson, Arizona with Monster Trucks with a Z Tour. We have another Z Tour in Albany, Georgia. El Paso, Texas with Mega Monster Trucks. And finally, we have, I really hope I get this one right, it's the last one, Pikeville, Kentucky with Nitro Tour. So that is all 4
Pikeville?
shows that are
Well, I would hate to tell you that you pronounced that one right. But
Did I? Okay.
You did, but you did not pronounce Albany, Georgia correct. You said Albany. Come on, man.
He said
That's correct,
what he
and I'm from the Midwest. That's how we pronounce things, okay?
Albany.
I could send you a list of towns
wrong
here
with
in
Albany?
Michigan, and I guarantee you get all of them wrong.
Do I need
At
to
least in
mention? Do I need to mention Barry Musauer?
No, you don't have to mention that. Come on.
Spence and I were carpooling, and we were talking about trucks and shows, and I was talking about Zombie, and he kept saying, "Yeah, Barry this, Barry that." I'm like, who the hell is
Who's
Barry?
Barry?
Barry Musauer. Oh, Barry? Ladies and
They'll
gentlemen,
never let me
that
live it
was
down.
Shows with Spence.
What John said, going back, he said that was their first Monster Truck show, probably their last, guarantee. The 7th annual 2 Extreme event at, I'm gonna get this one, Dustin, Okeechobee, right?
Yeah.
Okeechobee, okay.
Hey,
Indy
that is a
Monsters?
good show. That is a really good show. It's in a little rodeo arena down there in the Okeechobees. That is a good show. When I went there last, that was when Cretan was still doing those stunts where trucks were jumping over other trucks at his shows. I don't know that they do that anymore because of the stunt that happened in Florida this past year with Austin Minton, who was obviously owned up to that like a champ, which wasn't really on his fault, you know. I mean, spun off or, you know, spun out,
Yeah.
taken off or whatever. But that's a fun show. If you're in that area, you definitely want to go see that show. I mean, 2 Extreme shows, the Monster Chaos Tour, they never disappoint anyways, so I definitely go check that show out if I were.
I just got a message. There's one more show I missed. Thank you, John, for literally sending me at the last minute. Dang it, it's a hard one too. I want to say it's called Ardmore, Oklahoma, CFP. Whoever CFP
Say that
is.
again.
Ardmore, Ardmore, Ardmore.
I've actually never heard of it.
Is that a real town?
CFP. Never heard.
Ardmore?
Who's CFP? I don't know. When are we gonna have Cooper try pronouncing these someday? I mean, come on.
Whenever people stop hating me.
They don't hate you. They don't
Taylor.
hate you at all.
All right. Listen. Taylor, okay, I'm back. Has Cooper solved world hunger yet? Nope, he's drunk. I haven't drank one thing at all today. The hell? And then that John, I believe John's Indie Monsters, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I don't know if you saw the comment earlier, but he said, "Coop, let's make a bet. If he complete this, talk about Tom's stunt. Said if he completes it, I'll buy you a pizza. If he fails it, you have to leave the show forever.
No.
Oh, wow, John.
Not gonna lie,
no.
I'm tempted.
I'm not tempted because I don't see the stunt going well. I'm just being honest, and we need you on the show.
I'll update you later. Rain check on that bet. I like gambling.
That's a bad thing.
That's a
Oh,
good
no.
gamble.
That's not good. That's not good. I wouldn't put my money on Tom. I'm sorry.
If he fails it and I have to leave, they're gonna know what they missed. They're gonna know what they're gonna miss. They're gonna be sad. That did not make sense at all.
Cooper will just come back with like a fake mustache and just a different name.
I'll be
That's
bald.
all we'll do. You'll be bald.
Say,
Oh, no.
say my name.
Hey. I don't know what you just said made me think of this, but if you're scrolling through YouTube and you go to our YouTube channel at the Throttle Out Show and you're scrolling through our videos and you see our Halloween episode, if you're like hovering over it, it'll play like a couple like seconds of the clip, and then it's Cooper dressed as Spider-Man with his damn sombrero on.
Yeah.
Just
I did
chilling.
notice that. That was actually pretty sweet.
So awesome, so badass. So, anyways, I want to show y'all a really cool building. This is a building in McKinney, Texas. Harley, go ahead, play the clip. And this building right here is the headquarters for Traxxas RCs. You will not see another building like this anywhere. Look at this. Look at the shape of this building.
It looks like checkered
Love
flags.
John's webcam.
Oh,
Really
I want
cool
the
building.
Bronco.
We went there a few weeks ago to go scout out, what's going to be our next giveaway, which y'all know now is now a Traxxas Stampede RC, brand new, straight from Traxxas headquarters. You register by going to our website. $10 is one entry, and you got unlimited entries as of right now. Go in, get signed up. But, I mean, I love the store, though, Spence. Coop, y'all would be in heaven walking through there, just seeing the parts, all the RCs. Everything is right there. There's no delay in anything. Everything has already come straight from overseas, and it goes right there. This is their shipping headquarters.
Huh. I feel like I should just have you go in there whenever I break shit again and just have you send it to me.
want to go.
I want to go. That seems so much fun. Do you guys remember, well, maybe just me, but do you guys remember when they used to give out like Traxxas RC trucks at shows from way back in the day?
I do not.
Seriously? Wow. I want to say it was like early 2000s when John Cesack still had the T-Max truck from forever ago. And literally during, it was called intermission back then. It's called halftime now. They would literally go around and walk up into the stands and give somebody a brand new Traxxas T-Max, which was a Nitro RC truck. Which, if anybody knows anything about RCs, Nitro is not fun to mess with if you're a beginner. They are a hassle. So
I want that one.
Oh yeah, the K5 Blazer is badass. I still want the Bronco though. I love the new Broncos. I think they look great.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's cool is if you win our giveaway, you're also getting a $100 Visa gift card, so you could spend that on a new Bronco body for your RC if you really
Or
want to.
spend it on something else. Totally up to you.
Yeah. Like,
It's
A
free
bunch of beer.
$100. Why not?
buy a bunch of beer with it. You can do that. It's okay.
Or if you're
Don't
like
judge.
me and you're a married man, you could take your wife out somewhere nice.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
I was trying to see
Perfect.
if you heard that or not.
Perfect. I can hear Katie laughing from all the way down here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the right answer. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't say that answer.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Beer
Beer?
I'll give you
We're
my
going
cheat
straight-
sheet later, Tweety. Don't you worry.
to beer, twisted teas, alcohol, and wine.
Wine.
And wine. I like wine.
Any
I'm a-
kind of
I'm a
wine?
Fancy dude.
Any kind of wine?
Yeah. I'll chug a bottle.
If I had an
There's-
extra, hey,
It's
l-
meant
listen,
to be enjoyed, not chugged.
if I had an extra $100 right now, you know what I would do?
Get
I
Whataburger.
don't know what you do.
I'd spend it all on beer. I'm not gonna lie. Just a free extra $100. I mean, I feel guilty just going and buying alcohol like on my own. Like I love like going out with the boys, right, and having a night on the town. But when I go to the store and I just buy beer, my own money by myself, like there's no fun in this. But if somebody gives me money to go buy beer, the beer actually tastes better.
Hey, you know who else has won $100?
Who dat?
Spence, because he sang about it once on a scratch-off ticket.
Oh my gosh! No, we're not. No, come on. We don't need no Luke Combs jokes. No, not tonight.
Are we going to
No.
talk about your halftime performance
No.
the other night?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my gosh.
You were
Guys,
tagged in a
I
lot
would-
of posts about that on Thanksgiving.
I was tagged all over Facebook, all over Instagram. It was nonstop. And here I am just trying to enjoy Thanksgiving with my family. And my grandmother was like, why are people tagging you in Luke Combs stuff? I'm like, oh no. So I had to go and look. And there, lo and behold, everyone's tagging me. And it's like, oh, I didn't know Austin Spence from the Throttle Out Show was performing halftime in Dallas. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I cannot sing at all. So that is not me. I will not ever perform like Luke Combs.
I strongly disagree. I've heard you sing in the car before, and it's beautiful.
What? Whoa! Hold on. Time out. When? Because I make sure I don't sing with anybody in the car unless it's my wife, and she knows how bad I am because we have the stereo cranked up.
When you sing Waylon Jennings' Dukes of Hazzard theme song in the car, it's beautiful.
Oh my gosh! I forgot I did that. I have the video somewhere still of when I had that playing and I locked Tweety out of the car at the gas station. He climbed in through my Ford Focus that we thought was a General Lee, like he was like he was Luke Duke.
Hey,
after getting some Dr. Pepper.
Hey,
of
but
course.
before we wrap things up, I totally forgot to bring this up last week, or did I not? Did we talk about George Bellahan at all last week on the show?
No, I don't remember
No.
that at all.
I don't think we did. I meant to talk about this last week because it's kind of a big deal. If you go to George Bellahan's Instagram account right now, you will see a really weird post. I don't know if he's made more posts since last week, but about receiving a bunch of money from somebody or somebody sending him some money. That is not George Bellahan. His account got hacked. He got in with Instagram, tried to get the person who hacked his account out. They tried to send Instagram pictures of him, and Instagram said, no, that's not you. You're not allowed back into this account. So George Bellahan has been officially hacked out of his own damn Instagram account. I think he's even tried to make a new one in the meantime, but I can't find him anywhere on there. Do not accept any messages from George Bellahan on Instagram. It is not him. This person is actually asking for money, another weird shit. We got to put that out there.
Anyway. Well, is there anything else we want to cover tonight before Cooper gets into just more sound effects?
Hey,
Don't be rude.
you heard me. I'm out of coffee, so this is awesome. Pretty upset.
Cooper, I got some guys asking when are you gonna man up and actually join in on some BeamNG fun because you talk some trash. I think we need to get you in and train you a little bit.
Listen,
See what
I'll do it. But it's gotta be ZF, bro.
it's got to be a CRT. I'll let you have the max D.
Not to be honest,
had-
I had to uninstall
What?
the game because something happened to my game. Like it was working fine before, and then all of a sudden I had to do an update on my computer. When I tried to replay the game, the truck was stretched, like the screen was stretched out, and I'm like, what just happened? And it was awful. So I uninstalled it, and I haven't reinstalled it yet. So I'm gonna need help there.
Don't you worry. We'll get you straightened away. Besides, we'll set you up with like MJU. We'll make a whole montage out of it. We're gonna make Cooper into a pro at driving in BeamNG. So hopefully that's something we can work out here in the future. So any of the devs that are watching, please, I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
Only thing I got for everybody is make sure you're out there. You're supporting your independent teams, your independent tours. Go out there, Monster Truck Throwdown. It's their last day of the Cyber Monday or the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. JoelSylvester.com, GetHighOctane.com, VixenIndustries.com. And obviously us over at the throttleoutshow.com. We still got our Cyber Week sale going on. And remember, when in doubt, throttle out. Peace out, y'all. Good night, everybody.